Welcome in, everybody. Wake up, Andrew. It's time for the Q&A trade stream with me, Joey P, Joe Pisapia, and Andrew Erickson, the Undertaker himself. We're here to answer your trade questions, so drop them in the chat, subscribe to the channel, and you might win yourself the latest giveaway from TrophySmack, the championship trophy. That's right. This one will live for the ages. It's got the cool spots on the bottom where you can engrave the winners, or if you win it, you just want to keep it yourself, I won't tell anybody, but you should go to TrophySmack regardless, the #1 epic destination for all things fantasy football, trophies, loser awards, rings. They've got all of it there, championship belts. So how do you win? Subscribe to the channel, drop your comments below, and ring the bell till it goes ding, so you never miss a piece of content on the channel, and we can let you know if you're the winner of the TrophySmack giveaway this week. Again, like the stream as well. That's a big way to win this one. Andrew Erickson, there's lots of trade questions flowing in very quickly here to the program, so let's jump in with 2 feet with Messer Grimm. Traded Walker and Johnston for Breece Hall. How did Messer do?
I think that it's a high risk, high reward type of deal. Seems like Walker's kind of stuck in a committee, so there's nothing really to change there. Johnston, a lot of target competition, dealing with that injury coming back. Breece plays on the Jets, but maybe not next week he plays on the Jets. So and he plays the Bengals this week, so it's a good matchup. So yeah, I think it's a high risk, high reward type of deal.
Messer sent me this one in Discord, fantasypros.com/chat, and I told him I don't like any of this trade. I like any of these players going anywhere. I don't like it. Find something else. Next one from Coke Butter Cheese. Trade Skattebo, Devonta Smith for Cook and Waddle.
Cook and Waddle, Skattebo, Smith. I think I prefer the Cook and Waddle side.
Okay. Not worried about the Waddle health at all?
Is he on the injury report this week? I know he got banged up at the end of last week. I mean, he's always dealing with something.
Fair enough. All right. Sometimes you got to deal with Tua, too, more than anything. Next one. Bros, Flacco and Chase stack. Do I go with Josh Allen? I'm sorry. Flacco, Chase stack, or do I go with Josh Allen? In other words, like playing Josh Allen instead of Flacco? You always play Josh Allen. I mean, Joe Flacco is fun, but, I mean, you don't sit Josh Allen for Joe Flacco. Am I right, Andrew?
Yes, you are correct.
Let's not go crazy here. If you want to play Joe Flacco rest of season, then trade Josh Allen, but I don't think that's what you want to do either. That doesn't sound like good fantasy football.
You might want to trade Joe Flacco if you're going to be like sell high. Yeah.
Also, this is the week to do it between the bye weeks and the injuries. This is certainly the week to do it. Tet and Bowers for Odunze and Pacheco. PPR. I already have Kraft. Getting Odunze and Pacheco.
Yeah, I like that deal.
Everybody wants Odunze is like, nobody wants Odunze right now. We took so many Odunze questions yesterday. Was he on your podcast yesterday?
As a buy? Yes.
Yeah. Okay, good. Excellent. So everybody else is trying to sell him off. Danny Boy.
He has one bad game, and
jeez, people are just relentless. I saw him get spite dropped in a league. Somebody told me. They sent me the thing. I couldn't believe. Yeah, I told D-Bro yesterday. I was like, who dropped Rome Odunze? That's insane. Because they said, how much fab do I spend? I was like, all of it? Like, I don't know what to say. Danny Boy, PPR, we are Puka, Chase, JSN, Ted's pretty good right there. Weak at RB, though. Should I trade Tet for Jeanty? I'm good with that. It's going to hurt you this week because you got Puka and JSN on a bye, so you got to have a plan for it. But I'm okay with that trade in theory. How about you?
Yes. Also okay with that trade.
Also, flex Jennings or Golden this week.
Man, Jennings is just really tough to trust because, again, we don't know who's playing wide receiver for the 49ers. We don't know who's quarterbacking. I mean, right now I'm going to just play Golden because I know he's playing the Steelers and Jordan Love is his quarterback. So
if it's Purdy, I would play Jennings, but it's early yet. Ty Kimmons, I'm 4-3 in RB hell. Who can I trade for starting RB? I have May, Kamara, Monangai, Harvey, Nico, Ladd, T-Mac, Rice, Shaheed, and Bowers. All right, so RB hell. Well, Kamara's going to get the full workload. We know that. Would Nico be the guy to deal now that Rashee Rice is back? The problem is he's hurt. That makes it a challenge right now.
I think you probably want to trade either T-Mac or Ladd. I mean, unless you want to trade Rice for like a Jonathan Taylor-esque type of player, like a top tier running back. That's the move that you could try to make. But if you're trying to spend a little bit less, T-Mac would probably be the guy that I would look to deal. I mean, I'd like to trade away Kamara for a better running back, personally. I don't think he's going to get every single touch in that backfield. So, but he does have like some. I mean, he still has value. It's not like he's going to get 0 points. So
Yeah, but if you're hurting an RB and trading Kamara is tough because then you kind of we're back where you were. You want to move Kamara to the second spot. I don't think Rice is going to get you Jonathan Taylor. I wouldn't trade Rice. I would trade T-Mac or Nico, maybe just off name brand recognition despite the injury. Maybe you can get somebody to bite on that, especially a team that's got a good record. Jessica, sorry, I have another one. Smith or Monangai in my flex. Thank you so much.
Monangai for me.
Oh, okay. Next, his Cali Kid, full PPR. Need one to start this week. Gadsden or Otten? I'm starting Gadsden tomorrow night.
I think I'm going Otten.
Okay. Peter Berg, by the way, the Gadsden number is 43.5 already for his receiving yards. So Vegas thinks he's going to be part of that wide receiver group, basically. I mean, he might be a tight end in name, but I think he's more of a wide receiver in terms of play. I was offered a trade Mahomes worthy for May and Igbuka. I have AJ, QJ, all the J's, Sutton and Garrett Wilson. So what side of this trade you want to do? You want the Mahomes worthy side or the May Igbuka side? I want the May Igbuka side.
I agree.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Peter. Appreciate you, Zach. Next one up here is Alejandro. Hi, pros, PPR 3 and 4. Please evaluate this roster, or this trade, I should say, JCM and JMO for Chase Brown and Brian Robinson.
JCM, JMO.
For Chase Brown and Brian Robinson.
Do they have McCaffrey? Is that CMC? Must be CMC, right? Not CMS. So. Yes.
I assume it's not CMS. That sounds like something you learn when you're like doing CPR training or something. It's like a certification you get.
Alejandro, I don't know how you've gone 7 weeks of seeing McCaffrey and now you're just deciding to try to trade for Brian Robinson. Like, get him on your roster now because he's untouched for 7,000 touches this year. So get him on your team.
It's a lot of touches. Zach S. Wide receivers are Puka, Amon-Ra, Nico, Brian Thomas, Olave. RBs are the following here. Trade Olave for Chase Brown, ATN, or Breece Hall. So who would you want back if you were trading Olave?
Not ETN.
And would you rather trade Brian Thomas also? Just out of curiosity, yes. Andrew.
I would rather trade Brian Thomas. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if anyone wants him though because he's on a bye week. He's injured. At least Olave. I mean, he's producing something, but this person needs running back help. I mean, Hampton's injured, and then Harvey's their next best guy. Pollard. They have both Titans running backs, which means they have no running backs. So that's problematic. It's either Chase or Breece for me. I mean, Chase Brown was my buy this week on the show. I think he has a great schedule rest of the season. They're facing the Jets this week, and we're seeing, I mean, everyone else has seen the uptick, really, with a ton of fantasy production. Chase Brown obviously was good against the Steelers, but I think that he still has room to grow here. So I think Chase Brown would be the target for me.
I agree on the target being Chase Brown. I'd like to see if you can move Brian Thomas for it. If you can get Brian Thomas or ATN, they're both on buys. That would be interesting. But Olave for Chase Brown, I think, would work as well. But again, it puts a lot of pressure on the rest of those guys to start performing and be healthy. Jay Romo, Bowers, and Jennings for my Nico. Is that enough? And then what about Bowers and McLaurin instead? Well, Bowers and McLaurin for Nico would be much better, especially McLaurin's back at practice.
Yeah, he's practicing this week. So
I would far like that one.
Bowers. So what side are they getting here? Are they getting the Bowers and Jennings side?
Yes. My tight ends are Ertz and Gadsden. Wide receivers are Puka, Pearsall, Myers, Coker, Tez. It is tricky to see here. For my Nico, say they'd be getting Bowers. I mean, I don't know if you need to get the tight end, but if you can get McLaurin along with that, I think I'm good with that. Like, Nico's hurt. Texans have been kind of a bit of an enigma this year. McLaurin has been hurt all year, but again, practicing, expects to play this week. Unfortunately, it's going to be with Mariota, but the hope is Jaden Daniels comes back in a week or so. So I think I take this deal. I think Bowers and McLaurin, for Nico is a pretty good haul.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't like the Bowers and Jennings one, though. Would you agree on that?
Yeah. I agree.
Okay. Awesome Dev, KW3 for Chase Brown. Fair?
Yeah, I think it's fair.
I want Chase Brown. And then Kraft or Gadsden?
Kraft.
Okay, next up here is Duncan. Trade away Ferguson. Devonta Smith, Kamara, and Bam Knight for CeeDee Lamb and Kincaid. The classic. Here's a pile of stuff for a really great player. Was this a good move? Yes. Yes, it was, because you got CeeDee Lamb. That's an easy one, Duncan. You got to love those two. Here's my bench for your best player. Love you too. Flacco for this week. Thanks, Jessica. Appreciate you. For this week, Flacco or Love?
I'm going with Jordan Love.
Ah, really interesting. I'm
I'm
going
gonna
with Joe Flacco.
I'm gonna go against the defense that got destroyed by Joe Flacco last week. So
Fair. Fair. I will instead take the Joe Flacco with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins in that game against the Jets, who have all but quit on football and life, pretty much as well. Let's go to M. John. Should I trade Breece Hall and Kyle Pitts for Derrick Henry
yes,
or Hall and Flowers?
if you can trade Kyle Pitts to get something back in return of value, you got to do that. So yes,
Pitts had a
Hall
good
and
game
Pitts
on
for Derrick
Monday
Henry.
night.
You think he's gonna string 2 good games back to back?
I was saying Pitts hasn't been a zero this year. I think you're being tough on Pitts a little bit. Just saying. I think
I
so.
mean, you want Gadsden or Pitts this week? You're
Well,
gonna
look,
say
if you already
Gadsden,
have Bowers and Gadsden, then you don't need Pitts.
exactly,
So
exactly. That's what I
move
mean.
Pitts. Pitts and Hall
He's
for
not a
Henry.
needle mover. I mean, Zay Flowers is like a legitimate.
I'd rather have Zay Flowers. Sure,
Yeah.
I agree. First part of that deal. My dogs trade Barkley for Cook, Jacobs, or Henry.
All of the above. I would trade
all of
Barkley
them,
for Javante.
Wow.
I mean, you wouldn't?
I'm not saying I wouldn't, but I'm just saying wow. I mean, that's where we are right now. He's still there. He's still present, Barkley. He's just
but
not working.
I mean, the
well.
rushing he used up all his explosive runs last year, and there's none left.
He did. He's 22nd in rushing right now.
Is there a favorite though of those 3 that they listed off between Henry? I mean, look, I like all.
I
of
always
them.
want Derrick Henry now that Lamar Jackson's back. So I would go back to the Derrick Henry well.
Yeah,
but
I mean, for me, Jacobs is my highest ranked guy. Rest of season, he already had his bye week too. So did Derrick Henry. Actually, all 3 already had their bye week. I mean, if you can do the trade, it's fantastic all around. Yeah.
49er trade Chase Brown, Hunter, Marks for Saquon Barkley in Washington. I mean, look, this is the kind of deal that I would take Saquon Barkley. I would, because there's still that hope that things figure out. Like, he's still upright. Like, the fact that he hasn't injured, that is the biggest thing. Without injury was my biggest concern of his, but it hasn't been good. The offensive line has not blocked the way it did last year for him. Traded Bucky for Rome and Bill. Needed a wide receiver too. What are your thoughts? I think it's pretty good.
So Rome's just back to wide receiver too. Yeah, I like this deal. Good job. Especially trading an injured player, right?
Yeah. Rome is persona non grata after last week. It's crazy. Vinny is 2-5. Got offered JJ for my JSN. It's hard to trade JSN right now.
Rather have J. He's just having one of those seasons, I think, where it's just a special year for JSN. I think this is the year you want to keep him on your roster. So
what if it was JJ and Swift? Would that move for JSN work for you? Or that's not enough?
Where else is his running back situation?
The other running back situation, Jeanty, ATN, Chuba, Rico.
So, yeah, I think that would be enough to make the move. If JJ and JSN, it's not lateral, I'd rather have JSN, but JJ is obviously no slouch, and then you get a starting running back with Swift, who has a couple good matchups coming up. I think that would be enough. That's a good trade.
Ghostly in the 10-team PPR. After trades, roster is Barkley, Jacobs, Odunze, Rice, Lamb, Pittman, BTJ, McBride. What a good roster we've got here. There we go. Running back is light behind Barkley and Jacobs. No, that's not light. That's one of the best running back duos you could possibly have in fantasy. No, don't trade for another running back. Ghostly, sometimes you just got to play fantasy football.
Wait, they do have BTJ. Are we like co-signing on this trade BTJ for Chase Brown? Sure. Is that like a trade that because I'm thinking I'm going to do that after the show.
Oh, wait a minute. I just got something in my inbox from Andrew Erickson. What is this? Oh, geez. I didn't see that coming. Let's go to Totus Magotis here, as we just got news that Michael Penix will be limited in practice today, and also just letting everybody know Lamar Jackson was back at practice today. Yay! Lamar Jackson. All right, 2 questions. PPR, here we go, let's see, trying to figure this out here. Worried about Kittle and the streaming tight end moving forward. So I guess the question is, we're looking to set his lineup already. So it's a little early for lineup setting, but let's try here. 2 quarterbacks here. Oh, no, 2 questions, pardon me. 2 running backs and 1 flex, 1 defense. So Henry is in. Vidal I would play this week with the full backfield, yes?
Yes, and then Pearsall against the Bengals.
Okay, and then you want the Philly defense against the Giants, or Tampa against New Orleans, or Kansas City against Washington. I think Kansas City at home against Washington is the most appealing, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that's probably the safest one. I think that the Tampa Bay Bucks are kind of interesting against Rattler, but they are playing on the road, so I think Chiefs at home is just the safest bet.
Okay. I'm not worried about Kittle yet. It's one game. Let's not freak out.
But you know what
And
this weekend is, right?
what's this weekend,
It's
Andrew?
National Tight End Day. You don't think George Kittle's going to go nuclear on National Tight End Day? I think he is.
Yeah, basically. All right, let's go to Toph's third eye. 6-1. Any trade targets for this team start 8. They have Lamar, they have May, Judkins, Skattebo, White, Henderson, Benson, Lamb, JSN, Rice, and London. It's a good team. Warren at tight end. Look, you're 6-1 with a good team. Benson is the one piece that I think has more theoretical value than actual value. If you could turn him into something that you could play these, like if you could get Rico Dowdle for Benson right now, I would do that in a second. That kind of a trade. What are you thinking about?
I think that you could trade Lamar Jackson for the best positional player you could find. He is coming back from a hamstring injury, which, again, I'm not trying to risk. I mean, there's a re-injury risk with him, and you already have Drake May, so you don't need both quarterbacks. And if Lamar has his value back, that he's back at practice and he should be playing this week, I think you can get the full price of Lamar Jackson for the best running back or wide receiver that you can get in a deal. So that's probably what I would try to do, or package Lamar with, again, like a Benson to get up to a top tier running back.
All right, next up here, we have Mr. Morowitz's question. Sell Addison or Pearsall for an RB2?
Either makes sense.
Okay, and then is it worth picking up Benson off the waiver wire? I think it's worth picking him up if you could stash him, sure.
Yeah, I think so.
And then you like Herbert on Thursday night against the Minnesota Vikings, or Baker on the road against New Orleans?
I think Baker for me.
All right, Baker it is. Tez Johnson and Megegbuka, it's fine. Everything's going to be fine. The Lions had a good game plan. They did a good job. Give the Lions some credit. Harmon, 3-4. This is the team we have out here. So I guess we have one tight end, a wide receiver, and a flex between this group. I'd like to play Gadsden at tight end from this grouping here between him and Mason Taylor. Do you co-sign on that?
I saw the Bengals give up 4 touchdowns to 3 different tight ends.
I did. I've also seen Justin Fields and Tyrod Taylor play quarterback. So
Taylor's getting all the reps this week. Although Justin Fields says that he's getting reps.
No, he's
but he's not starting.
I know, but he's not getting all the reps either. He's splitting the reps. I don't know. You're not wrong. Cincinnati's the worst in creation against tight ends, but if you can't throw the football, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
I'm gonna play Mason Taylor.
All right, so we're in disagreement about that. Sorry. All right, so wide receiver and a flex between the rest of these guys.
I like Golden.
You got Mooney, you got Golden, you got Spears, Monangai, Brashard Smith, and Coker.
I like Golden and probably just Mooney. Just play some upside wide receiver 3s. I think is a good move in good matchups. Dolphins, Cowboys, bad secondaries. So I like those receivers with some upside.
All right. Next up here, we've got King Fan. A realistic wide receiver targets for Swift and Ramondre.
Well, apparently you can get Odunze for these guys. So
yes,
I would shoot for the moon with Odunze, number one.
Mm-hmm.
Diggs, maybe he's another guy you could try to go after. Maybe I think Swift or Diggs would probably get done. Swift's been productive the last couple weeks.
After a down week too is interesting. I think a lot of people are sour on him after the Sauce game, but Zay Flowers has been quiet because of the injuries to Lamar. That's another interesting one too. I think that's the range you're looking at for those guys, and then that'll hopefully do it. Get rid of Ramondre. Trade Dak, Kamara, or for Swift. Allen is my QB, so you already have Allen, so he's passes by. You have Dak Prescott. Here's a question. I think I'd rather keep Dak and see if Josh Allen brings me back something better than Swift. Like Dak and Kamara for Swift just seems like
it feels like you're giving away Dak for nothing.
It does, and I hate that. I'd much rather move Josh Allen for, Josh Jacobs. I don't know if you could pull that off necessarily, but something in that range at least would be far more exciting. I don't know. I don't love this deal. Swift is not like bulletproof for me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you were getting can you get Derrick Henry for Josh Allen and just keep Dak?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that would be better.
I think this person's, I agree that I think Kamara is a good sell high candidate. I don't know if this is the best method to try to capitalize on selling him high. I like the idea, but
Lyco Swift, yo, I have May, Kamara, Mason, Dowdle, Bucky, Vidal. It's quite a good roster here. Trade targets, ideas to improve, especially at RB. So right now at RB, they've got Kamara, Mason, Dowdle, Bucky, and Vidal. So you hope that Bucky comes back and solves some of these issues for you in a couple weeks. But you're still a couple weeks away from that. You have, I assume, is Chase, like Jamar Chase, not Chase Brown, the way we put it here. So you have Jamar Chase, you have Pickens, you have London, Egbuka. You have a really good grouping here. Terry McLaurin's hopefully getting healthy. Now, you don't need Terry McLaurin. So if you want to trade Pickens now that Lamb is back and slide McLaurin into that mix, I think that's an interesting trade chip. Maybe you can put him and Kamara to move up at running back. Could you get a James Cook for him? Maybe. I think that's kind of what we're looking for. And once you have Kraft and Goedert, like, I don't know, I'm dropping Goedert. I've never played him over Kraft, and Kraft has already passes by.
Can you trade Jamar Chase for Bijan Robinson?
You can, but man, that's a weighty deal. I don't know.
You don't want the Bijan side?
Not that I don't want the Bijan side. I just don't know if that ends up giving you. I just think that's.
I mean, this is classic.
It's not bad. It's not
bad. I just think it's in terms of if they really want to upgrade running back, then you would take Chase after he had 20 billion targets on a primetime game, and buy low on Bijan after he had a stinker, and he's facing the Dolphins this week.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've already bet that over. It's 83.5. How's it only that?
What?
No, I have no idea. I know. Bet it now. Bet it now.
That's nuts.
It's 83.5.
The Judkins number was larger than that.
Put that with an anytime first half touchdown. Do it. You get into the plus money there. Start Flacco or Penix this week? Flacco. That's.
I don't think Penix might not even play. So yeah.
There he might not. There. Also, everybody, it is now officially 23 minutes after. Let's cut off the super chats for now. So I want to make sure we get to everybody. So no more guaranteed super chats, at least for the time being. So hold all your super chats. We're gonna get through as many as we can here. And of course, don't forget. The sponsor of our show is Hard Rock Bet. So if you're going to bet the Bijan numbers or anything else, this is the time to do it. Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app is available for you right now. So download it today. Bet $5. That wins. You get 150 in bonus bets. And week 8 doesn't just kick off tomorrow, but there's plenty more to bet on. You've got the NBA action. You got NHL. And you're going to get a profit boost on Thursday night's games if you want to parlay a few of your players to score. So maybe hit the yardage total on Sunday, whatever you want to do. It's a great day to download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit because tomorrow, Thursday, every Thursday isn't just a fantasy week that starts over. It's a new rewards drop on Hard Rock Bet. That means even more promos on top of that welcome offer. We talk fantasy every week. That's our thing. And they dish out a whole bunch of rewards and promos. That's their thing. So download the Hard Rock Bet app and make your first deposit today. All right, let's get back after the questions, Andrew Erickson. Let's get to the judge here. Do I drop Goedert or Kincaid for Otten?
Neither.
Good. Next is James Bond. Ooh, celebrity. Trade George Kittle and Josh Jacobs for Justin Jefferson. I have Ferguson, CMC, and Williams already. My wide receivers are mid with Smith and Metcalf.
You have Ferguson, CMC. Man, I don't know. I feel like Jacobs and Jefferson is fair. So I don't know that you need to add Kittle. I don't know. I don't love this deal. I feel like it's a lot for Jefferson especially when you're giving up Jacobs. I don't know.
I agree. If it was Ferguson, would you want to do it instead?
No, I just don't think that this is the right way to try to move off one of your tight ends. I like that idea of trading Kittle or Ferguson away. I'm not sure this is the right approach.
That's fair. So Kittle for Jefferson, counter straight up. K King, trade what wide receiver for what RB or hold? Wide receivers are Chase, London, Rice, Egbuka, Godwin, Pearsall, Ridley, Coker. Need RBs. I've got Cook, Henderson, Spears. Yes, you do. All right. So who is look, you've already got, forget Godwin. You need to drop Godwin because he's never playing. Chase, London, Rice, Egbuka is a really good grouping. You could drop Ridley. Pearsall is another guy. I think Pearsall is the first guy off the island for me. I mean, maybe Pearsall and Henderson, could that get you something? Or somebody sitting there going, yeah, I'm going to buy low on these two rookies. Like, I mean, a smart fantasy player, like I'd be tempted by that trade. Look, man, we've sat here many times going, well, this guy's never going to do anything. And then, I mean, I remember Amon-Ra St. Brown, people were dropping him his rookie season. And then he went off in the last 8 weeks of the year and he was a league winner. So it's not like it's impossible. I think that Pearsall and Henderson could be something there to move up. But you have Chase, you have London, you have Egbuka. If you have to move Rice, certainly last week is the week to move him off. I mean, it was a monstrous return.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to approach it. Hold on to guys like Pearsall or Henderson because they could have second half breakouts, and just you have a lot of strong wide receivers. So approach the Derrick Henry manager and say, "Hey,
yeah, Henry's
which receiver do you want? Like, I like them all, but so you can pick which one." And that way I don't feel bad when I give away the guy that does the best because I didn't get to choose.
All right, need a wide receiver 2/flex help, rest of season and a trade, a QB. I have Lamar, May, Bijan, Javante, Rashad White, Hampton, Vidal, Jettas, Worthy, Hunter, Golden, and Ferguson. So in a 10-team league here, you don't need 2 quarterbacks. Lamar is back. The bye is over. Drake May's value is at its highest. Everyone's on a bye. Everyone's hurt. May has some value this week. You have Bijan and Javante. That's pretty good. You would like to have another depth piece. So I don't want to deal with Jettas. You do need more help across the board here. That's the problem, is that for a 10-team league, this is a little thin of a roster. So, Andrew, how would you fix this? How would you go about fixing this one? Because I don't know, after Jettas, there's not enough wide receivers, and after Bijan, Javante, would you cash in Bijan for this team?
No, I think that you pointed out that you should probably just move one of the quarterbacks, right? In a 10-team league, there's someone probably potentially hurting for a quarterback this week. Maybe they're just streaming quarterbacks. But if this person has 2 quarterbacks, maybe this is a league where a lot of people have multiple quarterbacks on their roster, and their waiver wire is not nearly as there's not a surplus of signal callers. So I would try to trade one of those elite quarterbacks. I think May's in that elite fantasy territory.
Or maybe Lamar. I mean, maybe you can deal Lamar. Yeah. Maybe the big name of Lamar coming back. If you're winning with May, you can win without Lamar.
And then I would say, I mean, Odunze would probably be, I mean, he's better than every other receiver on this roster besides Jefferson. So entertaining idea for maybe you just do straight up Lamar Jackson to get Odunze or something like along those lines. Those are some approaches I would try to
Would you do May for McLaurin, try to get him on the roster?
I would much rather have, I mean, McLaurin has been hurt. I feel like he hasn't played all season, and Jay Daniels is also hurt. So I think I would still hold on to May.
You consider JJ and Walker for JSN a throw-in player, or just J Jettas stay put with JSN and be ready for next week?
Nothing is going to change for Walker.
Yeah,
unless someone gets hurt.
It's just not interesting.
So
it's just gross.
If you want to move up to JSN, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Metal, trade BTJ and Rashad White for Bucky and McLaurin.
Oof.
Yes. It's a risk, but it's a league-winning risk.
Yeah. I thought the BTJ from McLaurin is an interesting other trade to look at. Buying a player that's been underwhelming to a player that really hasn't played. So I think it's an interesting move.
All right, Rod's up next here. What trades would you recommend for this roster? You have to start 8. It's a full PPR. 6 make the playoffs. Right now, they're just 2 and 5. Saquon and Brown, Hall, Dowdle, Aaron Jones returning. Then they've got Ramondre and Monangai. So you've got a lot of running back depth, which is a lot. You should move some of that. You got Puka and Adams on a bye, so you're desperate for wide receivers this week. This is really bad. I would go with the running backs you have now that Jones is back too, and just piece it together. Put Saquon out there for a Jay Jettas. But you need a guy, like you need a dude at wide receiver. And I wonder if Saquon can get you Jefferson. Like, it's fantasy. People see big names. They're willing to make it. That's the kind of move you need to make. You need a big-time wide receiver here that's on a little on the cheap, and you got to hope that Puka and Adams come back next week. And if they do, then you're in really good shape because you got Puka, Adams, London, Jefferson, something like that. And you can get by at running back with, I think, Hall, Dowdle, and Aaron Jones, and even Ramondre and Monangai rest of season. That's what I would do.
Yeah, I guess I'm concerned about because they have this massive hole at. I mean, I guess you have London and Diggs. That's a pretty good combination this week. I'm just thinking that they had both 7. Rams. They've had both Rams receivers and they're 2 and 5.
Right, and now they're going to be 2 and 6 because those guys are on a bye this week.
So what if you trade one of them now for someone that can help you this week? That's kind of what my idea was, and I think maybe you just trade because clearly having both Rams receivers hasn't been helping you. So maybe you need to move off of Puka, who you can probably get the most back for, and get the most elite option you can get this week. Maybe you just trade him for Derrick Henry. Just, hey, I need someone to produce this week. He's got the Bears. Lamar's back. He should smash, and you should get a win.
All right. Hey, boys, should I play Chase Brown, Pacheco, Mason, or Monangai?
Chase Brown.
PPR also my other league. RJ Harvey or Monangai. I play Monangai.
Yeah, Monangai for me too.
And then Pickens or Diggs this week.
I'm going to play Diggs, and I will say I would. We still don't know if Aaron Jones is playing, so I would play Jordan Mason if Aaron Jones doesn't play.
Random was offered Tet for Jalen Warren.
I know you're not a big Jalen Warren. I like.
I'm not. Last week went a little bit further to make me feel warm and fuzzy about it.
Okay.
Still not in love.
I think it's a fair deal. Wide receiver, running back of equal value. I mean, I like McMillan long term just because I'd say I still want to buy the rookie receivers, and there is always a chance that the Steelers entertain some of the other running backs on their roster. So
I think because you have Bucky, I'm willing to do this because hopefully Bucky comes back in a couple weeks, and after the bye, maybe we're there. Awesome Dev PPR. What can I trade for Chase Brown? What can you trade for Chase Brown nowadays?
Brian Thomas Jr. Apparently, he's the hot ticket item to go get Chase Brown. Based on
you're not trading Nico. Wandale's not enough. Diggs and Sutton, I think, might be too much. So if those are the options here, unless you can move potentially Wandale and KW3 for Chase Brown, would you do that?
Yeah, I think so. You don't think KW3
Pacheco
would get it done straight up for Chase Brown?
I mean, you could try. I don't think so, but you could try. Trade Skattebo for Olave and Chase Brown. Oh, everybody wants Chase Brown today.
Oh, people have been watching the shows. Love it.
You want Skattebo or you want Olave and Brown?
No, because anytime I say trade away Skattebo, he scores 3 touchdowns. So I'm not doing that again. So no, keep him. Keep him.
We're in Skattebo season, baby.
It is spooky season.
That's right.
Gotta keep
Skattebo. IO. My RBs are Rico, Monty, Mason, Charbonnet, Henderson. Drop Henderson and pick up Tootin or a kicker. I'm 3 and 4.
Or a kicker.
I wouldn't. You have to have a kicker. Pick up a kicker, because Tootin's on a bye this week anyway. He's not going to help you.
Yeah. So Tootin's value is not going to change because you don't anticipate any injuries happening to the Jags. So.
All right, Brody's up next. Just traded Breece Hall and Jordan Mason for Swift and Debo. That's pretty good. I like that. I think that's pretty good value there. What do you think? You're a big Breece guy.
I like Breece. I still like Mason a decent amount. Swift, I do not like the Bears' playoff schedule. It's really, really tough. So I'm afraid that he might kind of fizzle out, kind of like in a classic DeAndre Swift fashion where he's good. He's bad for a month, good for a month, and then bad for another month. So I would prepare to maybe flip him again. And right now I don't know. If Debo does this every year, right? Comes out first month on fire and then gets banged up and just is totally useless the rest of the season. So I am concerned about Debo too.
Rico Dowdle, and you said that, by the way. I remember draft season, you're like, if you're going to draft him, make sure you trade him 6 weeks in. So here we are. 11 hippos, Rico Dowdle or Rashad White at the flex this week.
Where's the 12th hippo? I'm going to go with Rashad White.
All of them are hungry, though. I am HOJG. Sure. 7-0, trying to trade with a 1-6 team, offering Swift and QJ for Amari and Hampton and Garrett Wilson. Is that good for me? Will I be stronger for a playoff run?
Hampton, yes.
Probably.
Garrett Wilson.
TBD.
It's I don't know. I don't know what to think about it. I've been wrong about Garrett Wilson basically every single week ranking him. And when people ask me, what do I do with Garrett Wilson? I'm just thinking, man, I wish I knew
what I'm doing. That's what you said. Jake's up next. Hey, bros, need help on the bench. Rico, Diggs, Wandale, Debo, no QB at Chiefs. Also, what to do with BTJ? Just hold and hope? No, I mean, we're not in hold and hope. We're in week 8. We're halfway through here. It's time to start making moves.
Trade for Chase Brown.
Sure, there you go.
I think that's the move to make. And I think the two with Brian Thomas Jr. in the playoffs, he plays the Jets and the Broncos. So even if he does improve at some stretch, if he bombs in week 16 or 17 because of some of these tougher corner matchups, he's just going to kill your fantasy lineup. So you got to move on.
All right. This next one, you're not going to like my answer to this one. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Trade away Jay Jettis for Breece Hall. I need an RB1. No, because you're not getting an RB1 because Breece Hall's not an RB1. Sorry.
Yeah.
He's RB19 on the year. 11 points per game. Stop it.
Too much.
That's a terrible idea. Bro, don't do that. Vic's Garage, Dak or Bo Nix?
I'm going to play Bo Nix this week.
Really? I mean, I can never sit Dak. I just can't do it.
He's playing Dallas. Dallas is so
know,
bad.
Yes, but have you seen the numbers that Dak's putting up on a weekly basis, bro? I mean, they're just insane.
Yeah, but he's also facing the best defense he's faced all year at the Broncos.
I don't think it matters. I mean, Dak Prescott is number 2 in fantasy points per game right now. I mean, Bo Nix is 6, so it's not terrible, but yeah. I'm going with Dak. The QJ or Michael Pittman this week? I'd play Pittman.
Yes, I would also play Pittman.
And then Bill or Chase Brown. There it is, Chase Brown.
This week is Chase Brown.
Okay, there you go. Every week is Chase Brown. All right, let's go to Brandon. You're the final judge. Team A needs RB, receives Hampton, and Team B, a wide receiver, Pearsall. Trade was vetoed by owners. Vetoes are dumb. Stop vetoing trades. It should never be vetoed. This is a perfectly fine trade. Everything about this trade is fine. This is so stupid. You should tell them, send them this clip of this show. Listen, everyone in Brandon Massey's Fantasy Football League, stop being a moron and vetoing trades. You're ruining fantasy football for yourself and others. Get rid of veto power. Let everybody make trades. If you think people are cheating or colluding, stop playing fantasy football with them. This is the dumbest thing ever. It should not be vetoed. This is a perfectly fine trade in theory. Andrew Erickson, do you have anything you'd like to add? Because it just pisses me off, this stuff.
I think that you summed it up quite well.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. Aaron's question: which side, Irving and JCM, or Bowers, Woody Marks, and Breece Hall?
I like the Bowers and Breece Hall side, although I don't feel very confident about my answer. As you can tell, confident.
I like Irving and JCM side. That's what I like. Waiver wire has been okay for tight end. Gadsden, Theo Johnson, Mason Taylor a little bit. Schultz is going to be useful for a couple weeks now. I'm just going to roll. Caleb Ross, full PPR. Trade Jaden, Achan, ATN, Nico, Zayflower. Wait, hold on. PPR trade I have. Jaden, Achan, ATN, Nico, Zayflowers, T. Higgins, Rashad White, Myers, Shakir, Vidal, and Marks. Need an RB. I'm 1-6. You got a lot of problems here, Caleb. A lot of problems here. First of all, you don't have a quarterback this week because you don't have Jaden Daniels. So that's problem number 1. You're 1-6. I don't know. Look, Zay's getting Lamar back, hopefully. So that's good. T. Higgins has a good matchup against the Jets because he will be the guy flying around by himself. Myers is on a bye, so he would be a guy that I would trade for anything that can help me right now. Vidal should get the full backfield. Like, I just don't know what to do here. I don't think there's a lot that's valuable to other people. Do you, Andrew?
I think that they need to get a quarterback first. That is the number 1 priority. Just figure that situation out. Maybe you trade a running back needy team, some depth with ETN. You move ETN for a quarterback.
Would you trade Jaden Daniels and just stream another quarterback? I mean, he's probably the best asset they have outside of Achan on this roster to get better because Nico's not going to play this week. If you could trade Jaden Daniels and stream quarterback, look, you're 1-6. Go pick up Joe Flacco. See what happens. Like, just give it a shot here. You're 1-6. You got nothing to lose except more games right now. Like, that's it.
True.
All right, let's get to the next super chat. Here is Dylan Thomas. Gibbs, Taylor, Skattebo, and Spears, and Tet, Terry, Coleman, Pearsall, Downs at wide receiver, 12 team. I'm 7-0. Should I trade Skattebo for a stronger wide receiver? If you're 7-0, like, Terry's coming back. I mean, I think you could use another wide receiver here, but I don't want to trade Skattebo to do it. I don't want to do it. How are you 7-0 with this team, Dylan? That's more the question.
Gibbs and Jonathan Taylor, they scored 30 points a game.
Well, then that's true. I guess that's it. But I mean, but think about it. But Coleman's giving you nothing. Pearsall hasn't played. Tet's been boring.
Wow.
And Terry McLaurin hasn't played. That's stunning. That's still stunning.
It's really running back driven. That's pretty insane. Yeah.
So you just wait for Pearsall and Terry to get healthy. Just sit on it, bro.
Yeah, I think if you're 7-0, you're probably doing the right things. So don't blow it up necessarily just to change things up.
Booty, Franklin, Tez, Monangai, full PPR, bench 1. Who's the odd man out this week? I think Franklin's the odd man out for me.
I would. He also had 10 targets last week. So
in the fourth quarter.
I mean, Bo Nix had 40 points in the fourth quarter. Absolute insanity. I think it's between Tez and Booty for me.
I would say Oh, okay, so
Desmond
we're on the
Moody.
complete opposite pages. Okay.
Well,
so
because I
you
want
take this
Monunga
one.
because I want some floor with because I think that
Well,
these
that's
three
why I like
receivers are all
Monunga.
kind of like boom or bust.
See,
Whereas
Tez, I think,
Monunga,
is another has the most touchdown equity, believe it or not, against the Saints. I really do. Like,
and
I
Booty's
just
also he's got to catch the long one, or else he kind of
well, so
usually
is
just kind
Tez.
of
They both do.
disappears.
They both do.
I think Tez will probably be the guy I sit, but I think it's
Okay,
pretty close.
that's fair. It is. This is a tough one. B5. Trade Josh Allen for St. Brown or Dowdle or I'm sorry. Trade Josh Allen for St. Brown or Dowdle for Odunze.
I
Can
would
you do
do
both?
both of those deals.
can we do? How about
Yes.
yes? How about all of the above? Let's go to Manuel. Half PPR. I traded Chase Brown and I got Rushy Rice. That's great.
Wow,
Fantastic.
that's awesome.
QB, Josh
Let's
Allen,
go.
tight end Bowers. Your thoughts on this rest of this roster? CMC, Charbonnet, Rico. I'd like to have look. Now you got that Chase Brown piece. Oh no, you don't have it. So you're a little lighter at RB, right? Because
Okay.
after CMC, this is the kind of team you have to have Brian Robinson on,
Yes.
right? Because you just have to. You are the Brian Robinson guy. 11 Hippos is back. Rico or Rashad White.
Rashad White.
Next is Paul Plaza. What's up, guys? Should I sell Swift high and for whom?
I think Swift is an interesting sell high. His schedule the next couple weeks is good, but as Worm and I talked about it on the trade show, his playoff schedule is kind of rough. So I think it does make sense to maybe get out ahead of it. A piece that you could trade him for, maybe his teammate Odunze, Swift to get Breece Hall. I think I'd probably take Breece Hall.
Okay,
So,
that's Bam Bam's question: Swift or
yeah.
Hall. So
Well,
you take Hall.
well, the other
I
person
would
asked
take
if they could
Swift
get.
over Hall. I
I
think
would
the
take
Jets
Hall.
are just a disaster.
But there's still a chance that Hall gets traded. Right?
I know,
That
but
has to but that plays a factor in this though.
it does. It would also play a factor if the Jets knew what they were doing as an organization and were smart enough to make a good move like that.
I mean, they traded for Devontae Adams last year.
Fair. Flex Ibuka or Judkins or Kittle. Ibuka for me. I can't take Ibuka.
Yeah, no, you got to play it. He's an auto
Ibuka
start,
never
right?
comes out.
Yeah,
He auto start. Rookie of the year. Auto start.
Auto start.
Dynasty. Starters are Baker, Kyler, Skattebo, Dobbins, Neighbors, CB, Rice, London, McBride. Thinking about trading Rice, London, and Skattebo for Gibbs, Tet, and draft capital. I don't like doing this. Skattebo is a rookie. Rice is only his third season. He's barely played. London is still relatively young. Tet has no quarterback with him, and you're just trying to get Gibbs. I don't like this at all. I think this is a terrible idea. And I don't like the 2026 draft class nearly as much as I liked last year. So
yeah,
I don't. For me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't agree with that. Like, I guess like I'm trying to figure out where because like all the players
fall in love with picks, Andrew.
But all the players that he was putting in the deal are all like really young.
Yeah.
So,
but that's the thing.
guess
Everybody wants them to be younger, and this and like guys, like picks are again arbitrary. Give me talent. I'm always trading picks for talent every time I can. Like that's.
I guess the thing too is like Teteron McMillan. You're kind of hoping he is Drake London, right? But you already have Drake London, so just keep Drake London.
And how's he going to get there with Bryce Young and Andy Dalton?
The quarterback.
Who knows who the quarterback
is? The question
is
mark.
Mac Jones the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers next year?
Oof. Man, so he's really gonna fall like the Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold trajectory. Go to Carolina, be terrible, go somewhere else.
Maybe he won't be terrible. Canales isn't bad.
Well, the O-line there is underrated, so
I think
he can see over the offensive line.
I think that's one of the best landing spots for Mac Jones this year. To be honest with you, Carolina makes a ton of sense there.
I mean, my cardiac cats. Let's go.
12-team PPR, 1-6, so things are not going well. Evans is out. I'm lost. What to do? So you've got Jettas, Wandale, Franklin, Booty, Pearsall, Shakir. Look, Pearsall's not helping you, so he'd be a piece off the island because he's still hurt and you can't wait anymore. Jones, Lamar, I assume we're talking Daniel Jones and Lamar, so you don't need two quarterbacks. Now that Lamar's back, look, this is a 1-6 team based on the fact Lamar's been hurt. I think that's how I look at this roster. And unfortunately, you're thin at wide receiver. So Pearsall and Daniel Jones for a wide receiver is what I would do, especially with Evans done for the year.
What was the trade?
There is none. It's I want to trade. I want to trade Daniel Jones and Ricky Pearsall to get a wide receiver that I can play every week.
Or you just trade. I mean, Daniel Jones is fine.
You would get Cortland Sutton. Yeah, but you don't need him. You got Lamar. What I'm saying is like
So
What are
then
leaning for?
but then you move Lamar for a top tier shelf wide receiver.
Either way, one of those quarterbacks and Pearsall's got to go for somebody better that you could play at wide receiver because Evans is done. He's never coming back. So let it go.
I don't know.
Should I trade away Lamar and run the rest of season with Stafford?
It depends on what you get for Lamar. If you can get a top shelf running back receiver, then see ya. I think that's every team that has Lamar. If you have a losing record, I think you got to trade him for receivers, running backs that will help you because there's a lot of usable quarterbacks that you can get off waivers. So
Shannon's up next. I'm hurting at RB other than CMC. Looking to trade Kraft and Tet for Javonte Williams. Thoughts? I have CeeDee Lamb, London, Olave, Adams, Ayo Manor, Malik Washington. We score kickoff returns. Okay, that's interesting too. It's a little wrinkle there.
Yeah.
So what do you think of that deal?
I like buying Javonte. So I like all the players in this deal, Kraft, McMillan, but Javonte is the guy I like the most. So yeah, do it.
There you go, Shannon. All right, let's get to Frank's question here. And we did all of the guaranteed supers. So again, everything right now, no guarantees on super chats. You super chat at your own risk for the rest of the show. Frank is up next here. I'm 2-5 in a 12-team league. I have Baker, Purdy, K9, Dobbins, Kamara, Amon-Ra, Waddle, etc., etc. What should I do? Maybe need a running back. So what should Frank do here?
Well, they don't have Chase Brown, so that's an option. You could try to go get Chase Brown. We've talked about Kenneth Walker for Chase Brown straight up. That seems like a doable deal. Walker's on a bye this week, so he's not going to help you, and he's stuck in that RB2 committee with Charbonnet. So unless someone gets injured, I don't think it's really going to change. So Chase Brown, I think it's an option that you could go after. Any other thoughts?
Nope, I think you nailed it. The great PPR, you want Taylor or Schultz at tight end this week?
I actually really like Dalton Schultz this week.
I do too. And I have no confidence in the Jets to do anything. Bills or 49ers defense this week?
Who are they playing? The
Bills. 49ers are playing the
Texans. Yeah, because they're playing Dalton Schultz. Yes.
Yes. Why am I blanking on?
The Bills are playing
I'm playing on the Bills right now.
Is it no, not the Panthers. No, Panthers. Yes, it is Panthers.
Yeah, Carolina
Panthers. Okay.
That's what it is.
Oh man, sorry. Man,
I don't love the Bills' defense.
Yeah, I think you just got to keep attacking the Tech. If the Texans don't have Nico Collins, I think
they also don't have an offensive line, so I'm going with San Fran.
Yeah, I think that's probably the move.
B1 Kicks sold CMC for Saquon in London.
Did I get finessed? I don't think you got finesse. I think that's the market value for him, and it's a matter of. I mean, this could look great if CMC ends up, not holding up to the workload. But if he does, then obviously, you're not gonna feel great about it. I mean, you got good players back, but yeah.
And Bryce Young did not practice today, so we're getting closer to the Andy Dalton news any minute now. Traded Lamar and Nico for Jamar Chase. I have Dart. All right, see, this is the kind of deal. See this? You make a big move like this, you bring in a big impact player, and then you roll with QB, with the ugly QB, and it's not always going to be pretty for Jackson Dart, but he gets rushing equity. Max is up next. PPR, trade Kelsey and Algier for Pitts and Brian Thomas.
God, this is one of these trades where...
Well, look, you're the Brian Thomas whisperer from last year. Yeah, so I don't know where you're at in this new offense. I don't know where he's at. The health is now in question. I mean, who is the best player in this deal right now? Is it Travis Kelce? Dare I ask?
Oh, man.
I think it is.
This is just a list of just players that I want to... I mean, Algier is a handcuff most of the time, although you can probably play him this week because he's facing the Dolphins. I don't think you should be trading for Brian Thomas. So, because I think that he's going to landmine your lineup more often than not. So even if he has a good game, you put him in your lineup the next week, and then he has a bad game, and he's hurting you more than helping you. The connection with him and Trevor Lawrence is just non-existent. It's 2 steps forward, 1 step back, seemingly every single week with them. So, yeah, I think I'm not making this deal. I think Kelsey is probably, you're still going to want Kelsey over Pitts. And then Algier is a handcuff, but he's a high-end handcuff. And if I have Bijan Robinson, I want to make sure I have Algier too. So I think, I just don't want to trade for Brian Thomas.
Get Penix this week?
I don't think so, honestly. He was banged up at the end of the game. Whenever they say guys are day to day, it usually means it's translation is week to week. That's usually what ends up happening. So
here's the other question: do you think that you get Geno Smith returning at quarterback after the bye, or is it Kenny Pickett?
I think
Just
Gino
putting
will
that out
still get
there.
another opportunity. I mean, look, he
I
went to
think he
Kansas
will
City.
too. I do too. I
He
think
went
he
to
will.
Kansas City without Bowers, or like, I mean, like he doesn't have his best receiver. So I get that he's played like crap, but when you're missing your best guy, it's going to result in you playing pretty poorly. So,
Jacoby Myers wants out of there in the worst way.
did you see what they said? Like, oh yeah, I still want to be traded, but we'll see
Yeah,
how
I
it
still want
takes.
to be traded. Yeah. All right, Josh is 7-0. Congratulations, Josh. That's great.
Go, Josh. Flex.
So here you go. Half PPR, 2 flex. Dak, CMC, K9, CeeDee Lamb, Drake, McBride, Olave, Terry. Trade Olave and Bears backup RB. I assume we're talking about Monangai for Jeanty. Yes, I'm good with that. I like getting Jeanty.
Yeah.
But that because look, your second RB situation is K9 and that ain't great. So I'm okay with that. You still got CD and Drake,
Yeah, you got
London.
plenty of wide receivers to work
Terry
with.
McLaurin's coming back now. So yeah, I trade BTJ for Pickens or trade Henry for Kyron. Do the first one.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Pickens.
you got to do it. Even with Lamb back, it doesn't. I mean, Pickens is still going to produce probably more than Brian Thomas Jr. anyway. So
I think you'll produce more than Brian Thomas Jr.
Man.
Trade Jalen Warren for Addison. That's a tricky one here. That
where are you?
Gibbs, Brown, KW3. I say no.
Again, yeah, Addison worries me because of JJ McCarthy taking back quarterback duties and what that offense will look like with him under center because it wasn't great. I mean, we haven't even seen JJ McCarthy play with Addison this year at all. So
yeah, I just don't love that conceptually either. I mean, he played 8 quarters of football and 1 good one, McCarthy. So still not there yet. I'm excited about the upside. I still think he's got upside, but the problem is he's in that weird death spiral that Anthony Richardson was in,
where he's missing reps because he's hurt.
Can't get better because you can't get reps, and you can't get reps if you're not healthy, and you can't get better if you can't get reps. It's like, it's terrible. It's no good. Kiani, 12 team, 3-4. You got Jaden and Drake at QB, Keenan, Tez, Jacoby, Golden, Puka at wide receiver, Bucky, Bill, JK, and then Kate Otten and Kittle. Trade options. So, look, you've got to get better at wide receiver, and right now, Puka's your only guy. Once again, I think I'm playing Drake May rest of the season. Jaden Daniels can go bye-bye. I think he's the only asset you have to get better. So, whatever he can bring you back. Because right now, there's a lot of questions. This is a 500 team, but I don't think this is a 500 team where I go, yeah, this team's going to get hot in the playoffs. Like, Puka's your best asset. Don't trade them. Jaden's probably your second best asset. So, that's the guy that's got to move, especially since you have May to back it up.
Yeah, I think that's probably the move to make. Maybe you could do Jaden for Odunze as an option if you're looking for more wide receiver options.
Next up is JB's question here. Trade Jalen Warren for Rome. Here we go. The nexus of the universe. We just hit it.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. Let's go. Next is John Snow. Oh, back again, John Snow. I thought he was dead. Trade St. Brown for Javonte Williams and Higgins. No.
Yeah, I think I could just keep St. Brown.
Yeah, that's not terrible value. Like Higgins is going to be useful again. I just don't like trading Amon-Ra. Here's one from Digital. Trade Bill and BTJ for Bucky and Pearsall. What side do you want to be on this one?
Man, this one's tough. Because I still like Pearsall, but it's tough because you're trading for 2 injured players, but you also are trading away an injured player. So.
I want the I'll tell you what. I have a strong feeling about this. I want the Bucky Pearsall side. That's the upside play. That's the play. If they all come back and play well and they're all healthy, that's a team that can go crazy. Hi, fellas. Traded JCM for Rome. Did I do all right?
I think it's solid. Good.
I think it's solid too. Bucky for Egbuka. I still want Egbuka in a full PPR because, again,
I
playing right now.
I do too.
There's one Dobbins for St. Brown straight up. Ooh, that's interesting.
I think that this is a sharp move to make. I think that
we
might see Dobbins tail off a little bit. Again, I'm talking about guys that start out the season really, really hot. Dobbins is kind of one of those players, and he sometimes tails off. So I think getting ahead of it. I mean, Chase Brown, again, not a lot of touches over the first month of the year because they were getting killed. So he's fresh.
Awesome Dev, Chase owner is playing him, so KW3 is a no-go. Woody or Pacheco and Wandale or Diggs or Sutton for Chase Brown and Odunze fair. Pacheco and Wandale is what I want to do. but I don't think that gets it done.
Yeah, you're
So
gonna
you might
probably
have to move up to
but
Diggs.
I'm cool with moving Diggs if I know I get Odunze back.
I'm
So
good with that too. So Diggs and Woody then. So keep Pacheco
yes,
in that
yeah,
scenario.
I think
So
that's
it's
good.
either or.
Good trade. Good trade.
That's how we did that. Good job. Good job. Good job. I need an RB. Got an offer to acquire Achan for Tet McMillan and Ken Walker. I have Rice, Nico Collins, Amon-Ra, Ricky Pearsall, wide receiver.
Take it. Yep.
Take it.
I
There you
agree.
have it. Remember, everybody, too, if you need more help with your trades, the Trade Analyzer is available on Fantasy Pros. So if you go ahead and you sync your leagues for free with the Fantasy Pros app, which you can download for free, and use the tools here, the Trade Analyzer will help get you the right evaluations for the right deals to make the right move in your fantasy leagues. So again, go to fantasypros.com or just download the app wherever you get your apps and sync your leagues for free and use the Trade Analyzer, one of the many tools at Fantasy Pros to help you win a fantasy championship. Next up here, here's one from Joe. Trade Jeanty and Kelsey for Kamara and McBride. I don't know, man. I mean, I feel like McBride's the best piece in this deal, but I hate giving up Jeanty.
I
Like,
feel exactly the same way.
It's really tricky because there's a world where Jeanty takes off in the second half and Kelsey's just fine. I think I still want Jeanty and Kelsey. I do.
Also, I would say with McBride, Kyle was back under center. Will the touchdowns go away for Trey McBride?
Also true.
Maybe this is more roster dependent. And if you are, I mean, you have Kelsey at tight end, so you're not like dead at tight end. I mean, he's fine. He's fine. I think that he's not in the elites, but he's just like maybe above like the streamers.
He's tight end 6 every week, right? What is he? Somewhere around there.
Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, he's basically right outside the elite guys, and then there's Kelsey. He's just kind of, and then he's above all the streamers.
Oh, I was right. He's tight end 6 on the year. Nailed it. He's tight end 6. He's just fine. He's not going to kill you. Sometimes he might help you. Should I trade James Cook for Rushy Rice and JCM?
Yes.
I think so too. I think that's enough of a haul there. Be interesting to see what the Bills do after 2 straight losses coming out of a bye too. Just saying.
Maybe play James Cook on third down. Maybe. We'll see.
That would be nice. Got confused earlier. Garrett Wilson for Pickens. What side do you want? I want Pickens.
Yeah,
Pickens has a quarterback.
Yeah, just wipe your hands clean of the Jets. I think it's probably the best move to make.
And your ass and every other piece of your body. Whatever you can, just be clean of the Jets, please. It's so bad. He's one and done, right, Glenn, for you? He's going to be done, right?
Wait, what?
Aaron Glenn, one and done, right? I don't think he makes
I don't know, man. He got the owner was saying that it's not his fault. It's the quarterback's fault, so.
Well, I don't know, man. The owner did sign the quarterback, right? Like, he's writing the check after all. Miran's question. Full PPA or trade Saquon for Metcalf and Ramondre. I don't love that.
I think you can get more than this for Saquon. Metcalf, I like Metcalf. I don't like Ramondre rest of season. I have just major trust.
Or something
I think I would target a different running back. Even like Chase Brown, man.
Stop saying Chase Brown.
But he's the guy to buy. He's the buy running back.
Breece and Pearsall for JK and T. Higgins.
Breece and JK, that's probably slightly prefer JK.
So Breece and Pearsall for JK and T. Higgins.
JK's got a really good matchup this week.
I like JK and T. Higgins side because Pearsall's hurt and Breece Hall plays for the Jets. Like, I like Pearsall theoretically
you're right.
still long term.
Nope. Stop it there. Your analysis was spot on from the beginning.
Sometimes, look, guys, talent is great, but if talent doesn't have a facilitator of the football to move the chains, to get first downs, to get them in scoring positions, they can't really score you fantasy points if they're 3 and out, if they're turning the ball over. Like, this is unfortunate, but just as a fact. Another fact is if somebody would drop a comment here and subscribe to the channel, somebody's going to win our TrophySmack giveaway this week. So make sure that somebody is you. Download Hard Rock Bet Sportsbook app today. And for a $5 bet, when it wins, you get 150 in bonus bets. And of course, don't forget about the tools. Go use the Trade Analyzer over on Fantasy Pros. Download the Fantasy Pros app. Sync your leagues for free. Set your lineups from one spot. Get help with your waivers. Get help with your trades. Everything right in your fingertips from one app. All of your leagues in one spot. That's how you roll. That'll do it for us, but the story of the game goes on. For Andrew Erickson, I'm Joey P. We'll see you next time, kids. Chase Brown.
I'm seeing
I
the
was trying
chat. Someone's like, I might
do a
trade Barkley
shot?
for Chase Brown.
Do we do a shot every time you said Chase Brown today? I think we should. We should play
Hey,
that
man.
game when we watch it back.
It's,